Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Is Eldrick here?
So
Yeah.
yeah, he on here. So just
Okay,
some
bet.
like quick.
Bro, I was
context.
muted. My fault.
No, you smooth. Art Nubian, of course, is a music blog. We kind of took a hiatus for a good 6 months or so. But really the goal, kind of the Zoom interviews, is really talking through creation, talking through like how a lot of ideas come out. Like for me personally, when I work on stuff, you know, I'm always surrounded by people and I'm always talking through what I'm doing, what I'm working on. So of course in COVID, we kind of don't have that setting. We don't have that space, a lot of us or whatever, in the same way that we did. So I really kind of, the point of the Zoom interview was kind of have that. And two, I just like hearing about people's processes, like, especially if I'm like listening to the music, I'm rocking with it. So we can kind of go around. You can kind of say like what your name is, kind of where you from type shit, and all that good stuff just to start. And I'm gonna start with Aaron.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
You walk in.
Hold on, what we doing? My bad.
Introduce yourself. Where you
No,
from?
we just saying like, yeah, who are
Little
you?
baby.
Where you from? Shit like
Oh, we doing the check-in?
yeah,
basically.
Bet. Okay. Well, yeah. My name is Aaron, also known as Ronnie Nagata, also known as Derek Nacho Fries, also known as Big Papa Ronnie, also known as Cran Apple Juice Poppy. I am from Detroit, Michigan. I like sweet potatoes and salmon, and what else?
That shit's lit.
Thank you, bro. What else? What else we supposed to say?
Honestly, I said you just saying where you from, and like, you know, it's just a quick. I'm just so they know like each member or whatever.
All right. Okay. Well, yeah, that's me.
My name is Wes. My name is Wes
Weston Everett Matthews.
Yeah, my name is Wes Matthews. When I rap, I'm W Shadow, and I'm from Detroit's West Side originally, living on 7 Mile, around that area.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We got all that shit, nigga.
Give me that neck.
Give me that West Side boy.
No, we're not doing that.
I'm from the East Side, so I'm just quiet. It's quiet for that.
Oh wow.
That's more, nigga.
Yeah, I'm Koza, and I'm from the East Side. I'm from East Warren. You feel me? Yeah, and I'll be rapping and shit.
We're gonna jump to Damon. He got the bonnet on.
Oh, yeah, you know.
The shower cap.
Hold up, bro. Hold up, Damien.
No, yeah, you a whole ass nigga for that.
Boys.
Why you trying to take my steez, nigga?
Nigga, I was the first nigga to see you with a bonnet.
Bitch. I'm Damon. You know me, nigga. I was on campus.
No.
Where you from, bro?
I'm from hell, but sometimes the West Side. And yeah, nigga, I done seen some shit. That's my story.
And then LG.
Hey, what up, though? My name is Eldrick Leron. Also known as Knack Attack or Knackery's son or Knackery's or that nigga. I'm from the big East Side. You already know what it is. 48224.
That shit sounds
you feel
nasty.
me? I'm from
48227.
Hey. You know what I'm saying?
It's Easter time. It's Easter time.
You feel me?
It's Easter time.
You feel me, man? I'll be out here doing shit. You know, I'm an artsy fartsy nigga at the end of the day. I like curation shit, all that musicianship shit, vocal shit, etc. Yeah. I'm in Philly right now too, you know what I'm saying? So we up with it.
Word. He in Neo Soul land. You love to see it.
Yes,
so
sir.
So we're just gonna segue like critical theory. Also, is there anyone else that's in the group that's not here? You can kind of shout them out.
Everybody's here.
Word.
Shout out to Caleb Maestro.
Yes, sir.
My nigga Moses.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Word. Shout out them. So like getting into critical theory, like kind of what was the birth of it? Like how'd y'all all link up, stuff of that sort. And you know, of course, like how'd y'all kind of get into music in general?
I can start if it's okay.
That nigga's a mother love.
So it started there's kind of a critical theory is kind of the intersection of a couple different friend groups and like social interactions. Me and Aaron were really, really good friends in what would you call it, like
8th grade.
Yeah, 8th grade. Like me and him were really good friends. We really bonded a lot over like musical tastes and stuff like that, and we were really like just two creative niggas who had like a lot of creative urges. And so I think after the summer after 8th grade, it really kind of culminated in this thing where we kind of we kind of knew that we wanted to make art together. And so one day, kind of like spontaneously, it wasn't really planned or there was no forethought behind it. I kind of said, I kind of proposed, do you want to be like in a rap group? Like, do you want to start rapping? Because I was inspired by, at the time we were listening to like A Tribe Called Quest and like,
yes, sir,
Badass and like, all them, like a lot of that 90s boom bap hip hop.
Yeah.
That was very
crazy thing is though too, when he first told me this, I didn't even want to do it. That's the crazy thing.
You thought I was stupid, bro.
I thought this nigga was dumb, bro. The only reason I started rapping is to make Wes happy. Like, I swear to God, bro, I did not care about this stuff at first.
Right. So that night I was so motivated that I wrote like a whole song that I wanted us to do. And I was like, this is the best thing ever. And it was just like, it was over the award tour beat by Tribe Called Quest. It was like over that. And so just to finish off, like we all were in like we all did poetry. We all wrote poetry together. Like we was on in the same poetry atmosphere, the same poetry scene. And so we all became friends through that. And like the music, we all made music individually, but after that, it kind of just like came together organically.
Every week on Sabbath day, Wednesday, at the bottom of the basement, Detroit Library, your main library, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we get together and talk about our feelings.
Bottom of the basement, nigga. You make it sound dirty, nigga. We was just in the basement.
Nigga, we at the bottom of the basement, nigga.
Beautiful, bro.
No, we was just on the bottom of the basement, bro.
I mean, bro, we was in the upper part of the basement, bro. I mean,
what you talking about? What you talking about?
It's a basement.
We came from nothing.
The bottom, like damn.
Yeah, in other words, we came from
poems on the fucking floor.
Nigga, we was communing, talking about poems and rapping and shit next to like the books that was banned and nobody ever read again. Nigga, we was at the bottom. We was at the bottom, nigga.
Right. Every
Wednesday,
Wednesday,
they threw the books away, nigga. We was in the dungeon.
Yeah.
When I was on campus and stuff, like when I was at Wayne, like I mean, granted, I know Damon because Damon, like you go to Wayne and stuff, and like he real prolific with his poems, but he would show up and stuff, and like he'd do like 2-3 poems or whatever, and they'd be like immaculate. And it was crazy because I think I started figuring out like like who he knew and stuff and poems and stuff. So it was interesting. I think last year probably around the time I got kind of hip to like what y'all were doing and stuff. And I'm like, oh, like so he rapping too. I for sure remember him showing me a song too in the student center. But like that's just interesting coming from that setting. And so true to form because like even like with like Tribe, like Q-Tip was super into like jazz and like a lot of other stuff before he entered that hip hop space. So like what's that like the difference between just kind of like going from poetry to kind of like this rap thing where it's kind of like you got to have like bravado and kind of all the other stuff?
So with me personally, bro, it's completely different. Like people say rapping and poetry are the same thing, bro. It's not the same thing at all. I'm gonna keep it 100. Well, with me personally, because with poetry, it's easier for me to write now at the level that I'm at now. It's about the same. Like I can easily write a poem and a rap, but starting off, it's just a whole different. It's a whole different science. It'll be like going from biology to rocket science. It's like, bro. I mean, but it's two different things. It's like when you rapping involves melody, intonations, like your pitch, your keys, how high you singing, it's different. And how fast you rapping, how often you switch up your flow. Like it's a lot more than write a good song. It's a lot more than write a good poem. With poetry, it's about creative. You got to find out creative ways to make words fit into certain stuff and how to paint an image without seeing it. Like I need to give you an image and you need to see it and feel it. With rapping, it's not really like that. Like you can make a song about nothing, and it can be the hardest song you ever wrote in your life. Like, oh my god! But but it's only because of the different flows and pitches that you put in there. So it's completely different for me. Like it was a hard transition because I'm like, man, rapping is easy as fuck. If I know how to write a poem, I can rap. My raps were terrible. I'm like, what?
Hell yeah.
Ass? How is this ass? Why? I'm doing the exact same shit as poetry, and that's why I was doing poetry instead of rapping.
Bro, bouncing off that too though, I feel like rap and poetry also do intersect because like I like to use my poetic skills to help with my rapping because I'm a type of person who likes to create an image and create a world, and I think a lot of those saying mechanisms and techniques they derive from poetry in a way. So like think about somebody like Frank Ocean, for example. You know, like his music writing skills is so prolific and just spacey. And I like to think of that as poetry, like niggas like Frank Ocean and Stevie Wonder and shit like that. It all falls into the same realm for me at some point.
Hell yeah. Really like merging those like different elements together is what allows a nigga to really like see a different avenue for whatever you're looking for, you know what I'm saying? Because like when it came from poetry for me personally, you know what I'm saying, performing all that shit, I was like attempting to like bring like musical elements into like to the stage, you know what I'm saying? Like adding ad-libs inside of a poem is some shit I was really adamant about like 3 years ago, for example. Like, you never really hear a nigga do such thing. Me and Aaron have a poem together where it's called Mumble Rap, where like it's this part of the poem where it's literally an ad-lib happening as what would be happening within the song, you know?
Like, yeah.
Just some shit you don't see often.
Yeah, so I don't really relate to, you know, it being two different things. Like it's the same shit for me. You feel me? I've been writing and doing poems and rapping like all at the same time. Like as soon as I discovered literacy, my life kind of opened up a little bit. So it's all the same for me. I just do them interchangeably.
Heck yeah.
Word. So like how'd y'all get into like the name critical theory and then just like going off of like the idea of like riot jazz? I can for sure see a little tribe in that and just turn into the jazz, but like how'd you get to kind of like that language and stuff like that?
So I was really I guess I was really excited about the group because I wanted to do something that, and you know, we were just talking about the intersection of poetry and music, but I was really excited to do something that brought like my poetic taste into my musical taste. And so with poetry at the time, I was really trying to prove my social awareness in a way, you know what I'm saying? And I really wanted my like the themes of my music to be just pervaded with what I like to write about, you know what I'm saying? The social world around the things that I see, the things that I, you know, think about on the day-to-day, because I am a critical thinker. And so the idea actually came from my mom, because I like jokingly asked her, like, what should the name of my band be? What should the name of my group be? And she was like, you know, my mom is really into philosophy and stuff like that. And so she came up, she said like something like critical theory. And I was like, before even knowing what it meant, before even knowing what it is, I was like, yeah, that's what I want to name it. Because it sounded like something. It sounded like something powerful.
It sounded like something.
It sounded like something powerful.
No, dog, I feel
and I looked into it and I was like, bro, this is exactly what I want this group to be, because it was like social critical theory is an intense critical study of the social world and like how all the spheres of the social world interact with each other. You know what I'm saying? And that was really interesting to me. And so the name kind of stuck. We kind of outgrew it a little bit, but it stuck. Riot Jazz was something we all came up as a way.
Yeah, we was trying to come up with SoundCloud tags.
Yeah.
Like just a way that you could find critical theory music. And I was just like putting together random words and I was like, you know what, this shit is Riot Jazz, just on some stupid shit. And then it stuck.
Amazing.
Now that's a birth of a genre, nigga.
Yeah, now it's a whole genre. And we the only niggas with the claim to that. That's a registered trademark, you feel me? Riot Jazz, critical theory, nigga.
So like I'm gonna jump into late night sessions and then we're gonna kind of like open up to some other stuff, but like walk me through kind of that process, making that, what all went into that, kind of like what was the disposition or kind of mindset y'all had. To my knowledge, that's like the biggest project that you've done thus far, along with some side projects and some other things, but kind of what all went into that.
Just about being in the dark, man. We
was the darkness, bro. That shit was true blood and sweat and tears.
Nah, so
Doing 20 past 80, nigga.
We'll just meet up late as fuck because I mean our schedules would intertwine too much, and at night it's like ain't shit happening. So I mean it's like let's do a late night session. And then
oh man, heck yeah. I
we'll
think
meet up and then it's late as fuck. But I mean we doing a studio session, so fuck it. Let's do a late night session.
Think that idea it really came alive from like meeting up, because it was around this time last year when we really started working on trying to create a project. And like Eldrick got his first house and Damon lived next door to Eldrick. So like everybody was just, and I went to Wayne State at the time. So, you know, I would get off of school, go to Eldrick house because they stayed on 2nd Street or whatever. And I was just like, we would all just mob up there together and work on music late. Niggas wouldn't go home till like 8 o'clock in the morning or go to class.
Niggas would be spending that over the house and shit, just trying to get some ideas out, trying to get some shit more concrete than it was.
Trying to just piece ideas together. And the whole concept of late night, at first it was supposed to be like, we were supposed to make it like a party or whatever. But like that idea didn't really piece together too well because of distance and whatnot. But like, you know, it just came from niggas sending ideas back and forth and being creative and trying to make the craziest rap music that we could possibly conjure. So yeah, that's what late night is.
So who does all the like the producing, the mixing, and everything of like the work?
For sure, like a combination of folks on the producer side specifically.
Word,
So big shout outs to like definitely. Shout out to like niggas like Ethan, you know what I'm saying? Our homie Moses, you know what I'm saying? Fucking Coyote and shit like that. Mateo, for sure.
I think we've been blessed to have over time really fostered a really good social network with musicians, poets, and like people who are not either, you know, just regular niggas, you know what I'm saying? So it's very grounding and it definitely allows for more space and creative endeavors to work with, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's really the true blessing of having like a collective like this too, yo, because it's like niggas are family at the end of the day. So like we all bring resources to the table to really like branch out these big ideas that we're looking forward to. So it's like, you know the saying, like a nigga knows somebody that you don't know. You know, when you get CT together, we all know somebody that we didn't know before. And we bring niggas to the table and really get some idea together. And I think that's a really one of my favorite things about this collective too, because it's like having all of those combinations of ideas together, like no telling what you get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like late night sessions, for example, and hella other projects that we're sitting on at the moment. And one fun fact, bro, like late night sessions went through so many phases. Like
yes, that's like the 4th or 5th version that's out.
Man. No, but I feel like, because like, I mean, too, like even having been in groups and stuff, like there's that benefit of if you have, you know, one person networking, I mean, it's cool, you know, you might meet some, but you have 4 or 5 people and they go all into one network, you know, they connect, they meet, like that's so beneficial. So like I feel that's pretty amazing that y'all have been able to kind of, you know, get production and some other stuff in that way. I really messed with that.
Yeah.
So like the next question is kind of like Detroit. I mean, we're kind of in city, like always has been historically, but like how do you feel about like kind of the infrastructure here, the kind of like the environment creatively that you kind of coming up in?
Nigga, Detroit the best city in the world, bro.
Yeah, this shit is Wakanda, bro. This is the cornerstone of everything we do.
Oh God. And like what's the real shit? Like what is it? Detroit, like it got so much like very, very, very prominent like community-based artists. You know what I'm saying? Not only like no shit where it's like niggas just like cloud chasing or niggas just trying to get like the craziest amount of numbers and trying to go training or whatever. Like there's niggas out here that will give you a shelter, give you food, that will give you resources, just based off the love and based off the fact that what we do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just speaking off of experience, and CT ourselves can speak from that. You know what I'm saying? We come from community. You know, that derives from such things. Like niggas came together because of the art. It wasn't because this nigga got this many likes on Instagram. It wasn't because this nigga got this many listens on SoundCloud or whatever. Like niggas just coming together talking about poems and trying to really study the craft of this shit. You know, which is why like we have so much art that we sitting on, and we have all these ideas that we're pushing forward to really strengthen the idea of what CT is. You know,
I think I always say, my bad, Damon. I always say that like that Detroit is the only city that CT could have happened in, and it's just because our music is just so city.
Nigga, that's T.
So So
that's a fact.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
And
like
I feel like I'm a little disappointed in the artistry scene, and not because of the artist, but because of the support that go into the artistry. Like it's a lot of
STA
it's a
who?
lot of people mooching off of artists, like Crowd Freak. Me personally, I don't fuck with
Oh
Crowd
man,
Freak.
I was talking about this the other day.
Nigga,
I
bro,
don't
I'm
fuck
this
with
is
going
Crowd
there.
Freak
that
because
nigga said we
it's just
sending
That's some
shots,
real
nigga.
shit.
this nigga getting off his name.
it's just a
Yo,
money
nigga,
grab.
we
Like
talking about this
they
the
only
other
profit off
day.
of niggas' dreams, and I feel like
Yeah.
it's a lot of collectives like that. Like even our poetry collective, Inside Out.
Bro, you gotta leave
Yo,
that.
yo, yo, chill,
Yo,
chill, yo.
I'm
I
trying
love
not to
it
edit
Inside Out,
that.
bro. But when I look
I'm
back at
trying
it,
not to
bro,
edit stuff
like
out, but
when I was younger, bro, Inside Out was like the holy grail of like poetry and artistry, bro. But the more I came up, it was just more of a money grab. It's like, bro, y'all really mooched me for all of my art. Y'all didn't pay me nothing, and y'all are making millions off of my work. And
This nigga said
profit
million.
organization, bro. They don't profit
Oh
nothing.
God, though.
so
Thousands,
like
yeah,
nigga.
no,
it's
Hundreds of
like
say
thousands.
I'm
millions, bro.
not ashamed of the artist, because artists are gonna do what artists do. Artists gonna create, but the fact that it's nowhere, it's damn near nowhere where artists can go to get support in Detroit. That shit is painful. It's like, nigga, you have to get it where you get it, or you're not gonna get it at all in Detroit. You need to rob, kill, steal from a nigga to get it. And that's fucked up. It shouldn't be like that for art. Nigga, it should
Hell
be
yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's
And
real.
like
But I
also like
think too.
reflection to my fault. I
No,
said
you
like
go. No, you
really,
go.
really bro, some reflection shit. Like I know we have had countless conversations to be able to like provide the resources that CT alone have been able to obtain throughout our years of experience within the city. Within this outside of this like music, you know, on the facilitation tip, on like the poetry tip, on like the traveling tip. I have like a lot of niggas I can speak of, like it's this artist by the name of Samuel Robert Pickens, for example, who's an amazing artist, who is kind of like in a space where it's very new to have niggas from the city, Detroit specifically, really be like, oh yeah, here you go, bro. Like here's a recording session, or here you go, bro. Here's some fucking resources to learn how to do this and mix this and do that, without even like asking for money or having to owe me back for something. Like you're owing me just by thriving as an artist, you know, thriving as a nigga that's in the city, you know what I'm saying? And niggas don't see too much of that, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's like one of my personal goals to really be able to be in a position where all of us to provide those resources for our loved ones, you know what I'm saying, to travel and spread this wealth and like this knowledge and this resources. Because there's no reason in hell why niggas should be holding on knowledge, you know?
That's a
Yeah,
fact.
I feel that. Like,
Yeah,
because
that's
this
a
even
fact.
remind like I was looking at Twitter literally an hour ago, and I mean Spotify kind of announced their new news. What they're doing, I don't know if y'all saw this, is they're gonna start offering something where you take less royalties or less payment for your music, and they expand your base. They get you into more playlists and that stuff. So basically, you sacrificing your profits for like more streams, and it was so crazy to me because I mean, in my mind, that's payola. That's literally what labels do, like stuff
Yeah,
like
that's a
that,
finesse.
and radio stations. And it's like I get people want their stuff to reach, but what happens when everybody takes advantage of that? Because you know, independent people going to take advantage of it. It's like once everybody does it, it doesn't matter anymore. It's just a bunch of people and playlists that don't matter. I certainly think there's more that's coming here in Detroit. I mean, there's more residency programs that are popping up and some other stuff. But one of the big issues, even me, you know, watching kind of for the past couple years, multiple scenes and multiple things. The big thing we run into is like literally, like you said, withholding information, withholding knowledge. I mean, I run a blog right now, and for me, I'm not the most like fire and brimstones in terms of what people send me in submissions, but like the simple fact that people need press kits and stuff to submit, and there's nobody gonna tell you how to do a press kit for free. It's like, oh yeah, take my master class, take my. It's like, bro, it's just a document. It's just a page. Like
It's
it's
just a
On
nothing
God.
page, my
crazy.
nigga.
Yeah, like
On
you
God.
just need
Real,
a
bro.
bio, some other like some simple shit. But I mean, niggas is withholding that. Like that's the holy grail. It's like nigga. I mean, the press kit don't. I mean, that might get you in the door. That don't mean they gonna like what you do. So I definitely see that, and that's why I like asking people that because there's so many. I mean, I hear so many different sounds. Y'all are a totally different sound from what I came up in here, and so like there's so many sounds and so many things. There's so much here for people to kind of have like that mindset. And then like the other thing for me, like I hate there's some people, for the most part, people really be on some love shit here. But there be some that's like my whole brand is being rude. Like I don't listen to nobody's stuff. I listen to my stuff only. my three friends type shit, like that type shit. So
Yeah, it'd be like
I
that, bro.
definitely feel you on that.
Yeah, no, to piggyback off that whole thing, like that's kind of what
Shit.
CT is bred from. You feel me? Like the whole idea of CT is like this shit is do it yourself, nigga. Anybody could do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the persona of being a rapper, the persona of being an artist. Like get with your niggas and create the shit that y'all fuck with. You know what I'm saying? And that's at the end of the day, that's what we do. We get together and we make the type of shit that we want to listen to. It's not
And
everybody
push
think that
that
this shit is
shit.
just and push it. Yeah, exactly. Everybody think this shit is some like deep conspiracy, and it's not. We just doing this shit that makes us happy. We just doing this shit that we think is cool. And you know, we travel the world with that shit and we meet other people and our brand can grow and niggas can make money, you feel me, and create careers. But at the core of it, that's what this shit is about. Just some niggas coming together and doing shit that's fun for them. You feel me? Like we don't really get involved in all of the politics. It is a whole lot of shit going on in the city and you know, just worldwide, period. But it's like that shit don't really affect niggas like us. Because I'm gonna do this shit regardless.
Yeah, that's the thing, bro. That's the thing, bro, for sure. My fault, Aaron.
I feel like my biggest pride in like CT is what Wes was saying earlier, like our ability to create our own community. Like we we create music for the people who mess with us, type shit. You feel me? Like we don't like it's cool to outreach to other niggas, to other people, so you know, other audiences. But like for the most part, like my biggest thing with CT is like, you know, like we did a release party earlier this year, back in August.
Yeah. I was gonna
and like we sold out everything there just based off of love, based off of just, you know, having connections.
During a pandemic, nigga.
During a pandemic. So
yeah, I was gonna cut into y'all for sure because y'all had people out, but y'all had masks on it, so it's cool.
Oh no, we did it the safe way for sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But like it's just like stuff like that is so beautiful to me because it's like that's the type of stuff you don't see on the Instagram post, on like a Twitter thread, on a Spotify playlist. You know what I'm saying? But like we do stuff like that. You know, we have real connections, and I think that's so beautiful.
The first thing that niggas try to do once they start getting some type of recognition, or like, oh, these niggas cold or whatever, it's like, oh, we gotta leave the city. It's like, nigga, people are here. You know what I'm saying? Niggas down the street trying to give you support. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
No reason, you know what I'm saying? Like the only reason I'm out here in Philly specifically is because my nigga Wes, who was from the city that I come from, is from out here. You know what I'm saying? And I just build it up family and resources. You know what I'm saying? And like that's what it's all about, in an organic way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's what it's supposed to be about. And a lot of niggas, like, I feel like are afraid of that because like those especially now this year, like looking at community is kind of weird now, really figuring out how niggas can be in space together and really have those authentic and organic moments. But it's like, that's really what it's all about, bro. Because if it's not that, then what are you doing it for? If it's just the money, that's cool, but it's like, that's not CT. You feel me?
Yeah, that's not CT, bro, at all.
So like, what was, talk about the release party too, because I was gonna get to that, but like, you know, was this the first like show that you like hosted on that scale? And then to kind of just like what all went, like what were some challenges with some other stuff? Just some things you was kind of blessed to have.
We've done like showcases and features and shit before, but I would say this is probably the first like definitive like critical theory show. Like we're not opening up to nobody else. You know, like this is our shit. You feel me? So this was like the first show of its magnitude. Really, to be honest with you, all of the challenges was like internal. It was just, you know, us being perfectionists about our art, trying to make sure everybody was here, you know, present for it and shit. But we had the vision, you know what I'm saying? It was just about bringing it together. It wasn't really a lot of challenges. Our community is very tight knit. We had everybody was on our side promoting and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it really wasn't that many challenges. Niggas came together and got shit done. You know what I'm saying? It was really up to us to just make the call. Like Eldrick was just saying, like we cultivated that community to the point where we tell niggas what we trying to do and niggas mobilize for us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it really wasn't no challenges. That shit was smooth as hell in the middle of a pandemic. Niggas made money. We didn't have to split this shit with nobody else. It was all us. You feel me?
And it was safe.
And we got to showcase our art, and it was safe. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like the typical drama that you see when people trying to do shit positive in the city. And I think that's a testament to the work that we've been putting in behind the scenes and when we outside of the booth, when we off the stage. You know what I'm saying? You go around the city and you talk to people, you have genuine connections with niggas. It was niggas that's been CT fans for 4 or 5 years, but never seen any of us in person. It's niggas that it was a nigga that I knew since 4th grade that pulled up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how deep our connections go. It's niggas that just knew about us from the internet, niggas that Wes went to school with, niggas that, you know what I'm saying? Like just random people, bro. And they was all here in the name of hip hop. They're all here in the name of expression. You feel me? So I think that's probably my biggest takeaway and my biggest like moment of pride from that. And that's what I want niggas to understand about CT. Like this shit is all do it yourself. It's all word of mouth. It's all walk up to a nigga, tell him what you about to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We didn't have no
so,
sponsor. We didn't have to split the bag. None of that.
Yeah.
Adding on to like what Aaron was saying, just for a second, like for me, the release party is like one of those touchstone moments where you really look back and realize all the work you put in is amounting to something. You know what I mean? Something substantial and something real that moves people. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like not only the work of CT, which has been a long time coming now, but just like the work individually that we do as people, passionate people in the world, caring about the place that we live, the people that we know individually, you know, on a one-on-one basis. I'm like, you know, like Kuza said, it's like people there that like, I'm like, why are you even here? Like, I haven't talked to you in years, my nigga. Like, literally, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people.
Facts.
Why are you here?
Like, why are you here?
Why are you here?
Oh yeah, like piggybacking off of that, bro, the diversity too, dog. Like we put a lot of different people in one space that have never would have talked to each other otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas from the west, from the east, the southwest. You know what I'm saying? Niggas who came in from whatever city, doing some other shit, doing some fucking street shit. Niggas just got off of school. Niggas got off of work. You know what I'm saying? There's all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? I think that diversity within that demographic is a huge stand up to me. You know what I'm saying? Because like I love to travel. You know what I'm saying? I love meeting new type of people and just to be in one space that me and my niggas curated and put together and just see all types of people in front of me is just crazy as fuck to me. It's a blessing to say the least.
Yeah.
All right, man, that's amazing. I'm about to move into some fun questions. These like the questions that's not really about content for real. But we can kind of go around like what's your like your main influences. Of course, that can be musically, that can be pretty much any medium. Just main influences for you personally.
For sure.
Wait, what you just wait? What you say? Influences?
Yeah, and it can be anything like music, film, media, like anything.
I feel like my main influence in life is anime, like specifically Luffy from One Piece. Like I
just started watching One Piece.
Bro,
that shit is immaculate.
Bro, you went for a crazy ride, bro. With Pete.
One thing you gotta know, bro. CT niggas is some geeks, bro.
Yeah. Heck yeah. I think Luffy, because I think I had like a whole stint back in like 8th grade when I just told people I just wanted to be the Pirate King when I grew up. Like that's all I wanted was to be a Pirate King.
Amazing.
That nigga was getting stuffed in a locker.
Yeah, for real. It was horrible. But yeah, I think anime, because like I started off like drawing, being a visual artist. So like before I ever started writing, before I ever cared about poetry, rap, any of that, I used to be drawing Dragon Ball Z characters, making my own manga, all that stuff. So I think anime cartoons is like definitely a big inspiration. Video games. And as far as music goes, I think Erykah Badu, Dwele, and who else? Who's more? Oh yeah, Joey Badass, Tyler the Creator, Isaiah Rashad. You know, hip hop. I love hip hop too, but I got to give it up to anime and One Piece.
Big facts.
Yeah, I'm still early. I'm not like I just finished the Alabasta arc, so I'm getting through it. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, you about to
you went for a ride, bro.
Yeah, shit's sweet already. So,
but for me, as far as influence, bro. Oh no, go ahead, Wes. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, we can keep going on that. It's whatever. But for me, I was just gonna say that like I think I take inspiration just from life being, you know what I'm saying, like in general. I think my mother is a really big inspiration for me as an artist because she's an artist, she's a poet. So that's really why I started getting into this poetry shit. And, you know, there are other poets like that I really admire that I think influenced me not only in my artistic work, but like in life in general, like Rita Dove, Evan Jordan, Terrence Hayes, stuff like that. A lot of people I grew up writing poetry with whose names I cannot say because, you know,
they shall not be named,
bro. But yeah, a lot of people inspire me. Musically, I'm inspired by, obviously I said A Tribe Called Quest. They were like my first musical love for real. Stevie Wonder, Lauryn Hill, and Kanye. Kanye's a big inspiration. So just stuff like that. Like I try and make a collage of my inspirations across artistic mediums. You know, I really like all types of art.
Facts. I feel like I don't know. It might sound crazy to say, but as far as influence, like I look at influence in a different way because I've always looked at like my idols. I've always looked at them like they was my peers. You know what I'm saying? Like we do the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like whoever it is, like whether you know what I'm saying, the niggas I grew up listening to, you talking about like Wayne and Pharrell and Lupe and shit like that and Ye. But I always felt like them niggas is the same as me. Them was just some niggas with a dream that stuck to it. You feel me? So
yeah.
as far as influence, I don't know, bro. I'm a sponge. Like I feel the same thing what Aaron was saying, like nigga anime and just like geek shit and fucking animation and or comics or whatever the fuck. But I like this, I was built and bred and born to do this. You know what I'm saying? So influence is not like I see somebody do something and I want to emulate it. It's more so like, damn, that nigga get into it. I'm gonna go get to it in my own way, you know? And my biggest influence nowadays is honestly CT and just the shit we be coming up with and like just the community we've cultivated. Cause I truly feel like we could list 100 million influences. You could put them all together. The shit we're doing has not been done before. You feel me? So I'm inspired by my niggas, to be honest with you. Like I feel like my niggas is the coldest, like period, like in the world.
Yeah,
like I really don't feel like it's nobody fucking with nothing that we do, bro. Honestly,
bro, I've said this on Wax a bunch of times, bro. But this
that's
is
a fact. This is documented.
Yakuza is one of the top 50, maybe 20 rappers in the world, like alive, bro. In my opinion, my estimate.
Yeah, that's too hard.
Bro. Like he should.
Yes, I'll second
no. Yeah, I agree with Yakuza. Like me, I'm kind of like a sponge. Like I can't say I get influence from one person, like or a collective of people. I listen to people and I observe, and I pull the best from everybody. So it's like I couldn't say my influence is like Tyler the Creator because I listen to Tyler the Creator and I'm like, oh, that shit hard. Oh, that shit trash. Oh, that shit sweet. Oh, that shit different. And then I listen to somebody like Doja Cat. Like, oh, her shit sweet. Oh, that's ass. Why is that ass? Why is that sweet? And I listen to everybody like that. So it's not like I can't say one influence because nobody to me personally is that nigga except for me. Yeah, I said it. Me. Yakuza's not the best. I'm the best.
Hey, facts though. Facts. That's the energy.
Real talk. That's really how it is. It's like I know I can do for real. I can sound like for real. But why? Why is Pharrell sweet? Why don't I just take all the good parts from Pharrell and all the good parts from Kanye, and what would that be? And then what if I put some of the best parts of me inside of that? What is that? Some cold shit. So that's really how I take it. I can't take influence from one person. So yeah.
Yeah, bro, I'm on some similar shit, bro. I agree with all of my niggas, man. I think my niggas are some of the best people, actually the best artists in the fucking world. Hopefully y'all can hear me. I'm biking right now. I'm on my way to my niggas.
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? But I say, on some real nigga shit though, I think my most inspiration in life is just the like stability that I've had growing up. Like I always moved around. I've been moving around since I was born, and just due to like whatever was going on, and like similar to what Damien said, I'm a sponge. I see everything I've experienced. That's really like influenced me in a different way because I love shit. I got a big ass heart, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just love shit around me. I love black people. I think black people is my biggest inspiration, period. But
how am I about to cook this pizza?
I'm speaking on like music. On a music tip, trumpet playing. Miles Davis, that nigga.
Bro, I was talking about Miles Davis yesterday.
And just
I quote that nigga too often.
Darkness, nigga.
You said what?
Prince said
I be quoting Miles Davis all the time. And also, too, I'm just dead that you have to 10 speed.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no. I just love asking that question though, because it's like for so many people, I mean, people think like so a nigga wake up one day, he's like, yo, bro, I heard graduation, I'm gonna go make music for 15 years. Like, no, I mean, there's a lot of shit out there, like in terms of like, I mean, for me personally, like I'm big on like reading, like I read nonfiction, like urbanism books and shit like that. And that does a lot more for me than some songs do. I mean, for everyone, you know, it looks different. And I think too, just like being a sponge, being able to soak up stuff, that's just so beneficial. So we got like 10 minutes left before I gotta talk to John because I think I have like an hour limit on these. I'm not trying to be on no Joe Rogan shit where he here like for like 4 hours. But the last question, there's two last questions. The last one I'm gonna ask It's just like if there's anything coming, like shout stuff out that's coming. Anything you want to share at this point. But the one before that is just like, what's your one music hot take? Without saying nothing that's super bad, we're gonna have to make me edit this. What's your one music hot take?
Yeah, you gotta go back and forth on this all the time.
Oh,
bro.
Daily.
I got one that's gonna piss everybody off.
No.
I think Kid Cudi is garbage.
That's not a hot take.
That's not going. That's not going in the interview. You feel me?
Man. No, I gotta leave it in
muted.
when he said it.
That nigga's muted.
I gotta leave it in.
Man, you can't say Kid Cudi is garbage. I mean, you can say you don't like his music.
I think
Yeah,
nah.
man.
I think
I don't know about that
he
one.
cool.
I don't know.
He
I
can't
listen to
sing.
Kid Cudi and he don't make me really feel
He
anything.
can't sing.
He kind of
I feel that if
I do like Kid C Ghost
You're not
though.
alive, nigga.
Kid C
Yeah,
Ghost is cool.
he's very avant-garde though. He is that, but he can't sing or rap. But he got good visions.
All right, who next?
Bro, let me go. Yeah, you might have to go for me because you know more of mine than I can remember. But I think one of mine that really pissed Yak off one time was bro. First of all, Ja Rule is better than 50 Cent.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Questions would have been 100 times better if it was a Ja Rule song instead of 50 Cent.
Every time you say that, I just want to cheese neck you.
This is such an interesting take. And first of all, you went to Ja Rule.
Bro,
Ja Rule,
it's 2020 and Ja Rule is being mentioned in a positive light. Like, what's wrong with you, bro?
Ja Rule is the guy. What you talking about, bro? What is you
Ja
talking
Rule was
about?
sweet for sure, but this is interesting.
So much, bro. He did so much for the game and got forgotten. He got left behind. It's whatever.
Man. That's different.
I feel like a hot take, man. I don't even know, honestly. I say I don't know if it's a hot take because I don't know if it can really be debated. But I would say that Jay Dilla is probably the catalyst for all alternative rap. Like I feel like he created all
That's not
alternative
actually
rap.
far from the truth, to be honest. Yeah.
But to the point where it's like it wouldn't exist without that nigga. Not like he ushered in the era, like he literally created it. You know, like it wouldn't be a thing without him.
Now, there's a lot to be said about that. I mean, even just the fact that we're in this kind of like lo-fi do-it-yourself space that we are in, like,
Exactly.
I think that's a valid conversation. We might have that conversation. I mean, people might have that conversation soon, to be perfectly honest, because we're seeing kind of a resurgence of like a lot of that, like chops and other stuff.
Exactly. Chops, niggas doing like reverse samples and all of that. I feel like he ushered in like that entire, like for that to even be a thought in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like he really pushed the culture forward in that way.
Yeah.
But not even just on a backpacker level, on a Detroit level, on a Midwest level. Like every region, he had his hand in every region in hip hop and like single-handedly molded that shit into another format.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I did a piggyback off of that shit.
Hold on. I'm gonna get controversial. Jizza is garbage, and Liquid Swords is a terrible album.
What? No, bro.
Whoa.
You can't say
Jizza is the worst member of Wu-Tang, and that
Like,
Liquid
You said
Swords
terrible,
is
though.
It's unlistenable. It's
edit that
unlistenable.
out.
Ooh.
Yeah, nigga. Yeah, real quiet. Yeah.
This is what happened when I asked hot take.
Bro, I have a similar opinion on like old school hip hop though. Well, specifically Wu-Tang, but
Hey,
I'm gonna keep my hot take. I'm gonna just
Go ahead.
I
Though.
can
I
feel
ain't
you to
mean
an
to cut
extent,
you off.
though, because I can listen to like 90s stuff, like
You okay, bro?
80s like hip hop. Yeah, it don't do nothing for me. So I kind of feel that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think my hot takes are too controversial.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, definitely, bro.
No, yeah, that's a fact.
On your Facebook.
That's a fact.
keep
I don't even want to talk.
That nigga gonna get us canceled.
Oh no.
Eldrick, you go.
Word.
Pop.
Okay. All right, these Philly Hills fucking me up, but shit. I was saying,
Strong as hell.
That
why
nigga
you like this?
Bro, look at this motherfucking. I don't know how to use technology. Okay, look. So one of my hot takes is Music Soul Child is very overrated.
Oh my god.
And he wasted over 90% of his fucking beats. And yeah, but shout out to that nigga though. I think Music Soul Child is a cute name. He a cute nigga.
How can you say that and you in Philly right now, bro?
Bro, exactly, bro.
You
like,
are roaming the Philly hills.
I just want to sing. It's perfect from start to finish. What you mean?
Exactly,
Anyway,
bro.
Another hot take. Fuck. Another hot take. Hey, where are we going? Oh, that's okay. Another hot take is that Detroit is saving this entire world, or this entire country at least, from losing their mind during pandemic.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Interesting. Musically, yeah.
Yes. And I'm going to mute myself again so I don't hear music playing.
Word. All right. Last John is just like, see, I'm saying John because he's in Philly. You hate to see it.
Hell yeah.
What's coming? What's next? Kind of for critical theory.
Advanced nigga theory coming soon.
Word.
Bro, I'm about to get on.
Nigga theory.
Bro, I feel like personally, like we all just vessels right now. And I feel like a vessel sometimes. You feel me? So like you never really know. Like going back to the inspiration conversation. Like I feel like one day I could be rapping. One day like my catalyst could be rap. The next day I could be a farmer. You know what I'm saying? Like I could be a beetroot farmer, or I could start painting.
Hey, bro,
houses.
also real shit though. Really though, niggas are artsy-fartsy niggas, bro. Like I'm literally biking through a city that I've never lived in before in my life. Niggas do shit
bro.
like this.
Like we could drop a CT cookbook. Like we could drop a CT Minecraft list.
Hey, that's a fact, bro.
Hey,
that's
hey, no
really
cap,
a fact.
Hey, Jack, give us a hike. You can just drop fucking manga right now.
Yeah.
So you never know, bro. We about to do this little merch line or whatever for fall, winter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we do have a
CT
clothing line
pop-up
coming
shop,
up.
nigga.
And we also dropping songs with the clothing line, so that's gonna be a thing.
CT fashion gear coming soon.
Yeah.
Nigga, CT mountain climbing gear. You feel me? CT Scandinavian yodeling. Nigga, all that.
Yeah.
You love to see it. Well, thank you for hopping on, just chopping it up and stuff.
No, real shit though. Thank you, nigga. Thank you.
Most definitely.
You was a real nigga, bro. I want you to know you are much appreciated. You know, niggas, you have nothing but love in your life, bro. Especially coming from this side. You know what I'm saying? I hope you out here staying safe and shit. And all that.
Word, I appreciate it, dog. But
yeah.
So Damon trying to hop back in, but the call high key about to end. But y'all probably see this go up like within the next 48 hours. I'm gonna try and get up by tomorrow. But like I said, like thank you for everything you're doing musically for community. Just I'm just looking forward to what's next and all that good stuff. Wishing nothing but the best for all of you and kind of everyone in your circle. So yeah. That's all I gotta say.
Hell yeah, nigga.
Peace.
Thanks to you, nigga.
Thank you, bro.
Peace, big dog. Be safe out here.
Word.
Woo! I came in right at the exit when my phone died. That's ass.
I'm gonna leave that in the finish. But
y'all
be
safe, bro.
dog.
You too, bro.
All right,
bro, stay hydrated.